So from that, right now I can say I'm a consistent, profitable trader. You get the point. I can even brag to say right now in the morning I was in a trade of gold. I was buying gold. I made about 1,1, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Just today.
Yeah, just today. And that was in less than 2 hours.
And gold is flying.
And gold has been flying. Yeah, gold has been flying. Yeah. So I bought gold today in the morning.
What's good, traders? Welcome to another episode of Top Trader Zambia, and I'm your host, Mufalali. And today in the studios we've been joined by one of Zambia's top traders. So I'm gonna give him the floor to introduce yourself. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm alright.
I'm good. I'm just gonna introduce myself. I'm Darlio Banda. Yeah, Darlio Banda, but everybody calls me DMB, all Mr. Kleshkid.
DMB.
Yeah.
So where did the name come from? What inspired you to give yourself that name?
DMB, these are just my initials. Darlio, Mwinga, Banda.
Oh.
Yeah, DMB. And then Kleshkid, it's just, I made it when I was, a kid, but I grew up loving the name, so yeah, I just had to leave it like that. And I think everybody enjoys that. Yeah, most people call me Kleshkid, Yeah, so that's what really inspired me to come up with the name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, bringing the aspect to forex trading, like how did you come to know it?
Okay, I knew about trading in 2019. 2019, yeah. That was the time when there were these scammers, these online platforms where you invest maybe a 200 and then every day when you wake up your money is growing like that. You get the point. Yeah. So I was still in school by that time, and I met a friend, Matthews. Yeah, I met a friend, Matthews. He was the one who introduced me. I was like, bro, there's this website, we can invest some money and money will be coming like that. You get the point. Yeah, so we used to do that. We did about three or four of those. Yeah, one of them really gave us some money, I can't lie. But two of them we were scammed.
From those people that you boxed to?
Yeah, we were scammed. So we did, there was this website called Prime Venture. There, I can't lie, we made quite some good money. I think about 8 to 10,000. And I was still in school, and the 10,000, I have the 10,000, and I'm just a schoolboy. You get the point. Yeah. So after that website went, we were stranded with my friend. So it was like, bro, there's this guy I know. He trades forex. You get the point. We can also invest some money in trading. So I was like, yeah, sure. Let's do it. You're just from making a 10,000, and then there's another opportunity. You get the point. So I was thinking trading was simple as those same websites where you just put your money and your money keeps growing like that. You get the point. Yeah, so we went and met the guy. He just explained to us laughingly where there's these people, I open an account with them, say they go live, they trade, they tell us when to sell, when to buy. And then to me it seemed so complicated. You get the point. I was used to where you just put your money and then you wake up. You get the point. Yeah. So I wasn't interested in that. I was like, forex is not for me. I'll just wait for other people to come where we can invest. Yeah. So my friend kept on communicating with the guy. They kept on talking. Me, I wasn't interested. So we met the guy in 2020? Yeah, 2020 somewhere there. The guy, the guy, he was looking different. You get the point. So I asked him to say, are you still doing those online businesses? Like, is there a new app? I was like, no, I'm still trading forex. I'm like, for real? And yeah. And I'm like, can you teach me how to do it? Like, I'm interested now. Can you teach me how to trade? He was like, I also don't know how to trade, but I can connect you to people that know how to trade. Because me, what I do is, I think there was this broker I was using. So most of the time, what they used to do is when they're trading, they'll go live, they do the analysis there. Yeah, they tell their clients to say, let's buy now, let's sell now, something like that. That's how the guy used to make money. So it's like, personally, me, I don't know how to trade. So I was so inspired. And then, okay, I'm just that guy who just had a dream of wanting to make money online. You get the point. Yeah, I've just been that
this
guy.
9 to 5 job.
This 9 to 5 job. No, and worse, to make it worse, I was in a class where we used to learn commerce and business studies. You get the point. So I was never taught to have the mindset of when you're done with school, go and apply, get a job and something like that. I was already destroyed. Yeah. So I went online, started searching about trading. I went to YouTube, went to Facebook, like Zambian traders, you know, there were only a few people that used to trade. You get the point. So I go on YouTube, you find there was a lot of information such that I was confused. You get the point, yeah. Then I found a poster of a certain guy. I won't mention his name. I wanted to, but I won't. I saw his post was like, I teach trading, blah blah blah. It was like the course is 1,500, but I'm running a discount. It's at 1,000 now. You know, and I was just from finishing school. I can't afford the 1,000 to pay for mentorships. But I got his number, called him, he never picked up, inboxed him on WhatsApp to say, I'm interested in trading, but I don't know anything about trading. Can you teach me how to trade? I was like, yeah, sure. And you are late. I was running a promotion, but unfortunately it ended. But I can help you at the discount. I was like, how much? It was like a 1,000. I was like, 1,000? No, I don't have a 1,000. Like, how much do you have? I was like, I can afford to give you a 500 if that's okay with you. And I never had the 500 I was talking about. You get the point. I never had the 500, but I was like, I can afford to give you a 500. I was like, when? I was like, maybe tomorrow or the next day. I was like, okay, make it the 800, and then from there we can see what we can do. Yeah, I went in a hustle, you know, went back to this night. It wasn't really like a 9-to-5 job. We were selling these products. There was this product we were selling. There were shampoos and some cream like that. So we used to sell them at 7 to 6 kwacha, and then you earn a commission of 2 kwacha when you sell one product. So you have to move around. You need to make sure you sell. You get the point. And that time business was hard for us. We were doing it, me and my friend. Then while we were moving with my friend, I saw a message popped in my phone. I was like, you received 800. I was like, I'm looking for 800. I have 800. Then I told myself to say, whoever that made this mistake, I'm not sending this money back. This is my money. I swear, I told myself that. So after 5 minutes or so, I received a phone call. I was like, this is the one of the money. And trust me, I'm not sending it back, but I was like, pick up the call. I picked up the call, and it was my girlfriend. She was like, I've sent you 800. Have you seen it? I was like, yeah, I've seen it. It's for what? She was like, I remember you told me you wanted to pay for mentorship for your Forex thing. So I thought maybe I can just give you this money. Bro, I knocked off around 12. I was like, I'm going back home. I have the money. I'm going back home. I'm going to pay for mentorships, and then, yeah, you get the point. Yeah, I was so happy. I was with my friend, so I told my friend to say, bro, we're knocking off now. Went back to the company. They were like, you guys, are you done making the sales already? We were like, no, we're not done, but we're done with this job. We're not done selling, but we're done with this job. Yeah, I'm quitting this job. I'm going back. Yeah, so that's how we quit the job, me and my friend. Went back home, contacted the guy to say, I have the money ready with me. I was like, for sure, yes. He was like, okay, let's meet by Levy tomorrow around 14. I'll be there, let's meet there, and then we see what we can do. Went there at 14 as planned, met the guy, also made the payment, but unfortunately after making the payment, he only helped me to open an account with XM. Since that, I never learned anything from that guy. Yeah, whenever I call him, he'll be like, no, I'm busy, let's meet next week. Okay, no problem. So we'll be like, okay, let's meet on a Saturday. You even communicate with them in the morning to say, are we going to meet today? He's like, yeah, sure. You go there, you're waiting for him, he never shows up. He calls you maybe at 16 saying, no, I have this tight program, I don't think I'll make it, blah, blah, blah. So he kept on telling me stories until I gave up. Started looking for someone else again. The 800 was gone. The money that was given by my girlfriend, gone, man. In short, I was scammed. Yeah, in short, I was scammed. Yeah, but the guy is still active, he's still trading, he still goes to Unza and teach people there. But to me, he scammed me. I can call it a scam. Because I paid and I never learned anything. He just helped me to open an account. Yeah. So, went back again. I was in a lot of groups for these online businesses. You know how it used to. So I was searching for people. I think I can find someone who trades. You get the point. Started looking for someone again who can teach me how to trade. Okay, it was hard for me to find someone who can really teach me how to trade. Get the point. So I met this guy again. He was like, I was interested in trading, but I don't think I can do this thing anymore because it's so hard, but I have all the books you might need. that might help you. So he had some tutorial videos, some books and all that. So he was like, can you assist me with them? I was like, yeah. At what fee? He was like, for free, I can give you for free. So he gave me all the books for free, all the videos for free. I had everything I needed. The only thing that was there is for me now to start studying, you know, and put in the work. You get the point. But I didn't know which book to start with. I didn't know. You know, like there's no one to teach you to say, start with this book. When you're done with this, start doing this. You know, you're supposed to do everything on your own. So it was hard. You get the point. Then my friend, one of my friends, he saw a post on Facebook saying there's a free seminar in Zambia. My friend called me, there's a free seminar in Zambia. I was like, you're lying. I was like, for real, it's free, man. All you have to do is just attend the seminar and we're good to go. Yeah, so prepared myself, went there to that seminar. They never taught us a lot, you know. They were just introducing the brokers, you get the point. Then they also gave us a platform to say, if you still want to if you don't know anything about trading, you can still be coming. We have classes, Mondays to Saturdays. So that's the opportunity I had. I started going there, learning one or two things, though it wasn't really active. But when you have a problem, he would assist you, but he didn't start afresh, like, what is forex trade? No,
at a certain level.
Yeah, he was just like, when you have a question, then he's going to assist you, but he's not really going to like dive in deep. So it's like, if you want us to dive in deep in trading, you need to pay $300. That was like, by that time I think dollar was at 18. So when I do my calculations, it was going back to I think 8,000. Yeah, so it was showing me that I'm supposed to pay him 8,000 for me to get like the real forex. Now that's what he used to call it. It was like for you to dive in the real trading now, not these things that you're doing. But personally, I knew that this thing I'm doing can't take me anywhere. You get the point, yeah? And then he was like, if you can introduce people to be coming here, I can give you a free platform. And then those people that will come, they'll have to pay for mentorship. You get the point? It was hard for me to find such people. I used to do music, so there was this friend of mine who were in the same group, J group. So he was like, I know someone who trades. That guy can help you, but at the fee. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Connect me to the guy. So the guy, we made a deal. I told him to say, bro, right now I'm not working, but I'm really interested in trading, so I don't know how you can help me. I was like, okay, what we can do is, every week you can be paying me 100 kwacha. We do something in a week. The next week again, you pay 100 just like that. So I was like, I think that I can afford. It was affordable that. So I was like, okay, let's do business. We never met with the guy. Sent him 100, started learning. Sent him 100, started learning. So this week came. This guy, I sent him 100, and then he was busy the whole week. We never learned anything. So this other week came. I called him to say, are we not going to do something? He was like, no, you need to pay subscription fee. I was like, last week I paid 100, we never learned anything. Can that 100 cover for this week? The guy's like, no, that week ended. It means this is a new week, so you need to pay another 100. I was like, it doesn't make sense, because what you're trying to say is, if I make a payment of 100 today, right now, you're gonna go quiet on me, you're gonna go ghost, and then you come the other week and say, pay for subscription again. It means I'll just be sending you free monies. No, I'll report you to the police, blah blah blah. I was like, is this guy thinking? Is he thinking about what he's saying? I was like, bro, do what you can do in your powers, and I'll do what I can do in my powers. I think you and me, business is done. So that's how business ended with me and that guy. Back again to do everything on my own. Yeah. So 2021, I was blowing accounts. 2022, I was blowing accounts. 2023, I was still blowing accounts. I even reached at a level where I gave up on trading. Yeah, I gave up. I was like, trading is not for me. Yeah, you know, I knew that trading is there and there are people making money in trading. But I was like, me personally, I don't think I can make money in trading. So I gave up. Then we stayed for over, I think, 6 months. Even my girlfriend noticed to say, this guy doesn't talk about trading. He's quiet. Yeah. He was like, this guy is quiet. you know, someone paid for your mentorship fee. It's a different story to go and approach them to tell them to say, I'm no longer trading forex. When you show them the interest, the what, you know. So she never really, she just asked me to say, did you stop trading? I was like, no, I'm working on something, when I wasn't working on anything. You get the point. Yeah, and then she was like, from everything you've been doing, I feel like trading can work out for you. Trust me, I wasn't making money by that time. I never saw any withdrawals coming to my phone to say, yeah, trading is real, I have the money. No. But she was able to tell me to say, I think the only thing you can do right now, something that can work for you, is trading. And then deep down, like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Yeah, I'm like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Yeah, but unfortunately, I was like, okay, let me give it a second shot again. So I didn't want to complicate the work. I had to do this support and resistance, you get the point. And I was consistent with that, and it seemed like it was working somehow. But I was down with psychology. I didn't know how to play with risk management, you get the point. Yeah, I know how I can predict the future, but I don't know how to trade the same future that I can predict. You know that thing where you leave your analysis and then you come back maybe 3 days later, you find that the analysis has gone your way, but when you try to trade it, it's like you're in losses, you cut them. All you want to see is blue, you know, you don't want to see the trades in red, you get the point. So that's the problem I had, because I had no one to guide me, you get the point. Yeah. So what I used to do is, when I'm in blue, I'll take some screenshots, send them to my girlfriend, see my work. You get the point. Yeah. When I'm in red, I don't take screenshots. Yeah, I don't take screenshots. I don't want anyone to know. So she was like, okay, I'm going to give you a 500 for a start, and then let's see where it's going to go, and then we'll see what we can do. I won't lie to you, she really helped me. She gave me the 500, I blew it. I blew the money. I blew that money, I think in 2 days. Lost the money. She came back to me after a week. How is trading going? I said, everything is good. I blew the account, but I was like, everything is good, you know, I'm pushing. I'm missing some drawdowns, but you know, I'm pushing. Second week again, she asked me, how is it going? Can I see the balance and everything? I was like, no, you can't see my balance. Just so that everything is okay, but I lost the account. You get the point. So I started looking for money, funded my account, showed her my, you know, not the withdrawals, not the account I blew, but after I funded my account, I was like, you see, I told you that this account is okay. Don't worry, trust me, I'm still trading. So I was just lying. I didn't know that I was lying to myself, not to her. You get the point. I lost that account again, then I just thought her to say, unfortunately, I've lost the account, so we need to fund the account again. You get the point. So I kept on losing money. 2023 ended. I was losing money. 2024, I was like, I got connected, you know, these seminars, you know, talking to people that trade. So I had proof that this thing really works. It's me that has a problem. So 2024 now, that's when I had to lock in. You get the point. So there was this side hustle I was doing that was bringing me some monies. You get the point. And it was giving me plenty time to do whatever it is that I want. So I was like, let me utilize this time to really dive in deep in trading now. You get the point. So I was just using price action. You get the point. So I gave myself a job where every day when I wake up, I need to check the market movement. You get the point. How this candle will close, how this candle will do what. You get the point. I had to look after that, and then unfortunately I found something that was coming almost on a daily basis, not every day, but on a daily basis. You get the point. Yeah. So I was like, okay, if I have this thing now, I'm gonna stick to this. But how am I going to trade it? Where am I going to be entering the trade from? Which session am I going to be trading? How much am I going to be risking? Blah blah blah. You get the point. Yeah. So unfortunately, I found a way on how I'm going to be trading that. I was trading the London session. Yeah, the session. Then again, it was the issue of looking for money to fund again. You get the point, because I had to look after child support, you know, my girlfriend, I had to pay rentals, you see, so it wasn't really easy for me to fund my account. You get the point, yeah. But I was, you know, I'll go on Google, to say which brokers have welcoming bonus, you get the point. So I was looking for brokers that are going to give me that 30 UST welcoming bonus, and then I sign up every day, I get that money, and then I start trading with that. So I got my friend, I forced him to start trading. He's a good trader right now, but I just forced him to start trading. So we sat down, like, So there was this broker, he gave us $30 welcoming bonus last year. Yeah. So we were trading with a 0.01 lot. We'd enter the trade, we'd win the trade, and then unfortunately when we win the trade, we would make maybe $2, $3. Sometimes when we are in a trade, because you are not used, you get. So I was in a trade with the money that I didn't fund. You get the point, but I didn't want to lose that money. You get the point. So every time I see I'm in blue, maybe $1, I'll close the trade, and I would celebrate. And then after closing the trade, it would go and hit TV. So I'm like, why did I just hold this trade? You get the point. Why did I just hold this trade, man? Yeah. So, but we were able to grow the account. We would face some drawdowns. We would lose, but eventually we would win most of the trades. You get the point, yeah? So we had something that was working, but we didn't have the capital. You get the point. So we were able to grow the $30 to up to, it went up to $60 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 60 plus. And he just made, it was up to $40. So I'm like, bro, let's change my lot size. Let's try to go big now. Yeah, we went big, man. Changed the lot size, the account went up to one something. And we celebrated like, if we can just go to $1,000. All these side hustles we're doing. Out. We were diving in, full-time trading. Changed the lot size. We faced the drawdown, man, to build the account. We never made any withdrawals from that. But we knew that the thing that made us lose this money, it was greedy. You get the point, it was greedy. We didn't want to fall in love with the process. Yeah, so me and my friend were like, bro, we were able to grow $30 to about 100 plus. Consistency, because we had to write down everything we want to make. By the time we became greedy, thinking that we are gurus now, we know we are invisible in the market, it has made us to go back to zero. Right now we need to fund our accounts and start trading. You get the point? Yeah, so 2024, I was a profitable trader, but I never had money. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I was consistent, making profits. You get the point? But greedy was in. You get the point? FOMO, whereby you feel like you're invisible now. You know what's happening in the market. You get the point? Yeah. Then come December, I made quite some monies. You get the point? Then this year now, January, that's when I even decided to I made a Telegram channel. And I also have a WhatsApp group where I share signals to people. You get the point? So I had to fund a $50. $50, I was trading it. I was in a drawdown. It went up to $16. $16 from there. From $16, I was like, this account is gone. You get the point? So I just started trading it as if I don't care about this $16 anymore. I even started looking for some other monies. That's when I realized that when you're down, that's when you need to find your bounce back. You get the point? So that's when I realized that the moment you deposit some money and you start making some budgets, you're going to lose the money. You get the point? When you fund your account, just know that this money is gone. You get the point? Don't make any budgets from that money that you've deposited. So from the $6, I entered this trade. I used the lots. I was trading gold. I used the lots at 0.02. I made about 100 pips, and that was I made about $24 if I'm not mistaken. The account went up to 36 somewhere there. Then I started using 0.02. The account went up to $100. We celebrated, man. We made a withdrawal of $50, went out with my girl, bro. That was $50, that was like 1,400 somewhere there. We went out, had a proper lunch with my girl. She's been there. She's been there. We went out for a proper lunch. I was like, this is Forex money, let's enjoy it. So from that, right now I can say I'm a consistent, profitable trader. You get the point? I can even brag to say right now in the morning I was in a trade of gold. I was buying gold. I made about 1,1.1 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
today.
Yeah, just today. And that was in less than 2 hours.
And gold is flying.
And gold has been flying. Gold has been flying. Yeah. So I bought gold today in the morning. I bought it with my team. Yeah, I sent few signals. I sent few signals. So we bought gold with my friends, and I also took a trade on GBP USD. It also hit TP. I was also buying GBP USD today. So right now I can even brag to say I'm a consistent, profitable trader. I'm not a rich trader. I'm a profitable trader. I don't know if you get the difference.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a profitable trader, but I'm not a millionaire trader. You get the process. Yeah, it's in the process. So you're talking to the future millionaire. Yeah, give me less than 6 months, trust me. I'll be a millionaire in this game. Yeah, quite alright. There's some drawdowns and all that, but right now I'm in a phase where I can brag to say I know what I'm doing in the market. I have everything I need right now to become a millionaire. You get the point? Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard you mention the part where you said that you started mastering the smart money concept, stuff like that. So like, how did you teach yourself? Where did you get the knowledge? How did you know that this knowledge is not going to work for me? Okay,
the thing is, I don't know right now. The smart money concept, I don't even know how to trade it. You get the point? ICT, I have an idea. You get the point? I have an idea. But if you were to tell me to say, let's trade smart money concept right now, everything I'm going to explain is just going to be bullshit. You get the point? Yeah. So I trade pure price action. Pure price action. So after I saw that smart money concept was hard for me, I kept on blowing accounts. I had to move to ICT. You get the point? I was blowing accounts. I had to move to patterns where you trade the flag, the hooks, the people even came up with those caps, all those things. You get the point? So I didn't know how to trade all those things. Yeah. So what I just had to do is I had to master sessions. The Asian session, London session, New York session. How does it move? I had to mark them to say which one has a better move between the three of them, the Asian, London, and New York. You get the point? So I found out to say that the London session, to me, it was the one that used to work properly fine. You get the point? Because the London session usually respects the Asian session. You get the point? Before they make their moves, they will always respect the Asian session. Not always, but they mostly respect them. You get the point? So that's something I came about to observe. You get the point? I'm not a market maker. I'm just a puppet. I trade what's happening. I trade what I see.
Yeah.
So right now, if you were to give me the charts and tell me to say, can you predict the future? I won't. I can, but that's not what I'm going to trade personally. You get the point? If I were to trade on a live account right now, I'm not going to predict the future. I'm just going to see what the market is doing, the zones that they've respected. That's when I'll find some entries there. So you find even most of my signals, if you're offline, you're going to miss it. Because most of the signals I send, it will be buy gold now, sell gold now. Because I trade pure price action. So I'm seeing what's happening in the market and that's what I want to trade. You get the point, yeah? So it took me time to really write down everything. Because I had to write down the Asian session opens at 24 hours and this is what it does. You get the point? So I had to write down all those things because remember, like I said, I did everything on my own. I never had a mentor I can really rely on to say, see what I'm doing. So I could just run to my friends who are not even profitable to show them what I've discovered. You get the point? Bro, check what I've discovered. They'll be like, this is nice. You get the point? But unfortunately, all my friends I was showing, they're not trading the way I'm trading. They also have their own ways on how they trade. You get the point? So it's like I'm the only one with this, only with my students, the people I teach how to trade. You get the point? Yeah.
So trading is like a game of chess. Whereby you know the move that let's say the bishop will make. The bishop goes to the inside.
Yeah.
But you don't know what the move that I'm going to make. For playing chess, you don't know the move that I'm going to make, but you know what I'm capable of moving. So what strategy do you use currently that works out for you?
Like I said, it's pure price action.
Pure price action.
Yeah, pure price action. So forex is we are staying here, right? Then there will be this guy that will be passing almost every day going forward. You get the point, yeah. So you and me, we know that there's this guy who usually passes almost on a daily basis. You get the point, yeah. So we'll say Monday to Friday, this guy usually passes at 6 hours. You get the point. So if there's a new guy coming in and then he asks us to say, do you guys know this guy? We'll be like, yeah, we know him. He usually passes at 6 hours. You get the point. And then it's not guaranteed that tomorrow is going to pass at 6 hours. because we don't know his schedule, we don't know where it goes to. All we know is that this guy passes at 6 hours. So maybe he's sick, he's not going to attend work today. So it means maybe today is not going to pass. You get the point? But we have an idea to say this guy usually passes at what? 6 hours. You get the point? So let's say for the past 1 week, this guy doesn't pass. You get the point? And then someone comes and asks you to say, is this guy still passing? You get the point? For you, how are you going to respond to that?
Like, no, I've been seeing him.
You haven't been seeing him for a while, right? So you are thinking that this guy might pass again this coming week. You get the point? And then this other week again, this guy doesn't show up. So what are you going to do? You're going to observe to say maybe this guy, he stopped working, or he changed his route, or we don't know what's happening. You get the point? So now you are going to adapt to that. You get the point?
Alright. So while you're saying, you're mentioning that you now send signals. Do you also teach Forex?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes, I do.
So like, I have a sister, I have a brother wants to learn from you. How, like, is it at a fee or?
Yeah, it's at a fee.
Okay.
It's at a fee, and I have a reason for that. Remember what I said. Forex, you are your best mentor. You get the point. It's you to do everything on your own. So it's going to be a hard journey because it's not easy to learn everything on your own. You get what I'm saying, yeah? So I do teach people that are interested. You get the point. I can teach you how to analyze the market. I can teach you what is Forex. I can teach you the risk management. But there's one thing I can't teach you: the psychology. You get the point. But how I deal with that is I make sure I get the person and then we start trading one-on-one. You get the point, where we are together, we execute, we do everything. So even if you're at home, you're going to have that mentality to say, this is how we trade. I know for sure when you're alone, there are those demons that wake you up to say, no, I'm not supposed to see red. No, you get the point, yeah? But when you have that at the back of your head to say, this is how we trade, it will be a very easy journey for you to deal with. You get what I'm saying, yeah? So yeah, I do teach Forex. I have students worldwide. Yeah, I can brag because I have students outside the country. Yeah.
So even people outside the country, they can reach out to you and you.
Yeah. We do it online. We can go live, we talk, we do everything. We trade live, we analyze together. You get what I'm saying? We do all the work together. We make our monies together. We open trades together. We close trades together. On live trade.
Yeah. So such an interesting story. So what advice do you have for that beginner trader who opened the real account today and doesn't know what to start? Or just saying, you know, it's all over TikTok. You mean you open TikTok, Forex, lifestyle stuff. So he's uprising. What advice do you have for him?
So for an advice I have for an uprising trader, like you said, someone who's already opened a live account. Yeah, I can say try your level best to invest in knowledge before you take any trades. I know trading is just about buy and sell, but invest in knowledge before you do anything. You get the point? Because that money you're going to deposit today, you're going to lose it tomorrow, and you're going to need to fund again. So you need proper knowledge on how you're going to trade. And if you are someone who's intermediate, someone who's, you know, you lose money, you make, and at least you know what's going on, I would highly advise you to stick to one pair, one strategy, and just be consistent. You get the point. Be consistent. Stick to one session, one strategy, one urge. Just write down everything you want to achieve. Don't just wake up and just because in trading there's 7 trillion and then you just want to grab. I don't know how much you want to grab. No, if you have a target of making $50 per day, be content with that. Be content with that. I think that's what I can advise.
Yeah. So it has been really interesting to have you today on another episode of Top Trader Zambia.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So it has been a pleasure being with you.
It's been a pleasure, me too.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
So to anybody that wants to catch me out there, my name is Darlio Banda, but on social media I use DMB Kleshkid. DMB Kleshkid.
So put it down so we just have to get you again.
Yeah. Thank you very much, man. Thank you.